So then we come to the crossbow nerfs. The accumulated damage is limited to a maximum of 5,000% of the base damage. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's go into a build here. I don't know, PvE builds. Let's go to a crossbow build. To a crucifix build. So what is our base damage here? 134 to 500. Okay, let's go back. So we have 134 to 500 base damage. Okay, now it's telling us 50k% of the base damage we can deal with this ability. So what does it mean? 500 times our base damage, correct? 500 times our base damage. The question is, this is like a really ugly 500. Let's make a more beautiful 500. 500 times. So the question is, do you still roll it every time? So usually how it works, if you now, for example, use an ability, then it rolls between your min and your max damage. It will roll between your min and your max damage. That would mean, I don't know, it would be a number between 134 and 500. Maybe Donna's saying here it's an average of the base damage. That could be also the case. Let's take, for simplicity, let's take the average. Okay? It don't take the max damage. I'm pretty sure it's not taking the max damage. But I would assume it's like the average or just rolls. I think like for me, I would just say, just take the midpoint. Yeah, okay, let's take the midpoint, right? So what is the midpoint here? 500. It's 500 minus 134 through 2 plus 134. So it's 317, okay? So 317 is our average. What did I do? No. There we go. Let's mark that again. Okay, what was it? 317, right? So this one, average damage equals 317, okay? So that means we can deal how much damage? We take our thing here, 370 times 500. That means we can deal 158 damage with 1 detonation mark. Okay, so that means 2 detonation marks, because we have always 2 detonation marks on the target, would be 317 damage. Okay, so if this is full, if you fill that up, you're done. Okay, then I'm not sure if it's then exploding or what is happening, or you accumulate more damage but nothing is happening. We don't know. Okay, but you know it's like more or less done then. Okay, so this would be the thing. So what you would do is, of course, how you can play around that is if you reset the detonation mark over and over. So let's say you put a detonation mark on the target, right? You put that on, let's say it's on. Now you stack, you accumulate the damage, boom, you reset the accumulation with a new detonation mark. Boom, boom, you reset it again. Boom, boom, you reset it again. Boom, boom. The faster you can reset the detonation mark, the faster you reset it, the better it is, right? Because you don't, you never reach the maximum of the accumulated damage. Just means we should be spamming Deto marker in our rotations. Yes, exactly this. So you just have to spam it more often. The problem is, and now it's a big problem, this, like if you're playing Crucifix, and if you are no boss, you can spam Detonation Mark easily every 1 to 2 seconds. And if you can't do this, what are you doing? Oh yeah, it's simple. You just go for, let me go back in here. If you can't do this, you just go again for the flame shot, right? Usually most people play right now with lightning shot because you don't need the additional cooldown speed. If your cooldown suck now and you feel like, oh, you should reset that more often, bro, just go flame shot, right? Then you will reset your cooldowns even crazier, and then you can for sure spam that every second, every 1 to 2 seconds. Not a big thing. And even if this should, like, I don't know, if you don't like it to spam Detonation Mark that often, what you could just do is go for Mortal Mark. I'm telling you, it's not a big damage difference. Back in the day when I tested that, that was already good for dummies. It was worse, but not that much worse. And it gets a lot better if you have a lot of teammates around you, because I made this nice drawing already before, but what you always have to consider, if you hit a dummy, right, you send 1 stellar dash from yourself, 1 stellar dash from your satellite, and 3 stellar dash from your orbs. Correct? So it's like 5 in total. But if you are in a group with 5 other people, right, then you have 5 more stellar dashes. This is 5, right? So in total, you use 10 projectiles every time you use stellar dash. And if you have if you have mortal mark, you trigger with every single hit that you are doing, you trigger this effect here. And then it's even better, then it would be even better to play with lightning, to be honest. Lightning would be then a little bit better because you're doing more hits, which can again trigger mortal mark more often. So it's not even a big thing. You shouldn't test that against dummies. You always should test that against on world bosses, like with a good party, with a lot of crucifixes. Really, really good. I think mortal mark will be not even, it will be more chill to play. I'm telling you, this is more chill to play. Yo, how's the patch though? Yeah, we're just going through it. Yeah, but only the crossbow orb can do this spamming. Every other class that uses crossbow cannot spam the same way. Yes, exactly this. Exactly this is the problem. Exactly this is the problem, which I really hate. Yo, how are you doing, bro? I'm here to ask you, isn't this Cruci nerf legit? Whatever, if you just banned Detonation Mark? Yes, exactly this. Exactly this. We're going through it, but yes, you completely right, Reformed. You're completely right. Okay, so we talked about this. So the big problem is, as people already mentioned before, the only class that can spam Detonation Mark like this is Crucifix. And additionally, this class can even just go for Mortal Mark. And I'm telling you, you will probably do also crazy good damage. For sure, more than every other class. And it's a more chill gameplay. I can tell you that. Because till you have, like, you only accumulate 10% of the damage, correct? But it will take way longer till you have stacked that. So you can just, as before, just use it every 3 seconds and you're good to go. That would be, like, I would test it. If I would still have an orb, I would for sure test this. It could be for sure good. Is there a point where you stop spamming Detonation Mark to let it pop? No.